What's up everyone, it's Q from RetroQ Gaming, and here's a video I never expected to make. Not because I wasn't expecting the quality or whatever, it's just I was expecting to never play Destiny again. So, the reason why I went back and started playing Destiny is I got a free copy of the Taken King DLC. I unfortunately already had the base game and the first DLC, or the Year 1 DLC, unfortunately. And I had played Destiny a decent amount at the start of Year 1, as well as a couple of times when the 2 DLCs came out. And I vowed to never play Destiny again, simply because it's an absolute piece of shit game. So unenjoyable, so little content. Bungie have just... They're just must be completely incompetent ever since the move from Halo. It seems like Halo was just Microsoft's baby at this point, and Bungie had what seemed like very little to do with it. Unfortunately, that's the way it seems. There's a couple of other things in there with how so many of the Halo staff actually left after they announced Destiny and the whole deal with Activision. After the break up with Microsoft, so many of the original staff left. So yeah, I'm getting off topic anyway. Where the actual topic comes in is, like I said a second ago, I never expected to be playing Destiny ever again. But I did mention I got the free copy of the Taken King. I said fuck it, I'll turn it on. I can play almost any multiplayer game, even if it's really bad, usually. As long as I'm playing with my friends, it's not too unbearable. Simply because I can look past it and generally just have a laugh with them, basically, or have fun just playing games with them. So, even though you're seeing fairly early footage, I captured some of the earlier footage when I started replaying it, simply because I figured it would just be easier to do it then and not worry about it later. This is all earlier stuff. I've put a good bit of time in over the course of, I think I got it on Wednesday just gone, and it's now Sunday, and I've played a good bit since then, because first off, on day one, I needed to catch up. I was level 34, and I needed to boost myself up to level 40, so I had to do some missions, some quests, as well as the story, bounties, all that. It all just came crashing through, and just like a torrent, just as I went. So I was doing all that. I was progressing through the story, and I was doing all my bounties and a lot of the side quests and all as well. Eventually, I hit level 40, and I finished all the story mode and all on the DLC. And then I started with a whole new light level system. I'm not going to get into the details of all that. That's not why I'm making this video. I'm not here to talk about all the Destiny Taken King changes and all. But what I am going to talk about is just how some things have never changed. And with that is just the simplicity of Destiny in every way, in a bad way. It's literally overly simple. It's so basic, and there's just so much of a single grind and a single focus grind that it's just so basic and so boring, coupled with the I don't even know what coupled with the terrible storytelling that continues on. So many people were going on about how the Taken King has such better story and such better, held together story, and it's much more cohesive. Not the case. They just threw a lot more voice acting in for Nathan Fillion's role, and that's basically it. Speaking of voice acting as well, I didn't think you could get any worse than Dinklebot. And since they replaced the voice of the Ghost, Peter Dinklage, with Nolan North, a more well-established voice actor, because Dinklage obviously had other commitments and all, which made it harder to get in and record his lines, and was probably more expensive than Nolan North. But yeah, Northbot is what I'm going to call Nolan North's one. And yeah, I mean, Bungie's writers for Destiny are pretty fucking awful. They have been for the story and for the dialogue, just as it is, even in the base game. I didn't think it was possible, but it's literally worse with this. It's just so much of it, not just for Northbot, but just the rest of the story. For Nathan Fillion's character, Cade Six, he seems to be the main focus in this. So it really doesn't transfer over well, and yeah, that's pretty much all that. But other than that, it's just the same thing. It's back to being so unfun, so monotonous, so boring that there's just no point in me playing it at all. It's just I don't even know what to say about it. I've done a considerable amount of stuff. Like I said, I finished all the story. I've done almost all of the quests. There's like 3 of them I haven't touched because they're Crucible quests, and I don't PvP because the only thing worse than Destiny is Destiny PvP. I've done all the new strikes. I've done the new raid. I've done all the stuff in the new... Speaking of which, I was going to say in the new area, there's literally one new place to explore, which is it's called the Dreadnought, and that's basically it. Like half, if not more, of the actual new Taken King quests are in original Destiny places. Now, we know Destiny has a habit of, even year 1 Destiny made a habit of being extremely content light, and what would you call it? Just being extremely content light and just reusing and rehashing everything with minor differences. I mean, there's levels you would play forwards and then play backwards, and then play them forwards again with a different brand of enemies, and then play them backwards with a different brand of enemies again. It was just so ridiculous. And the fact that they're basically not adding any proper content in for the whole thing of The Taken King, which released in September 2015, and that they're going to have no proper additions of content until whenever the next one comes out, which will most likely be Destiny 2, which was originally kind of planned for September of 2016, but there's rumors that it may be pushed back simply because they fucked up so badly that they need to work more and work harder on putting extra shit in it. So it's just... It feels like such a waste anyway. I mean, I can't see myself playing Destiny for more than a few days. I'll probably play it tomorrow, Monday. I'll probably play it on Tuesday when all the reset happens, and my friends will want to do the raid again, and I'll just do that. I'm up to a good light level, so I can obviously do the raid without holding it back and all. So, I mean, that's it. I'm back to Destiny basically either being a Tuesday game or an extremely low RNG grinder game, and couple all of that with all the problems of the game, all the story and dialogue problems, the controls, the unfun gameplay, the terrible gunplay, a lot of the poor design in so much of the stuff, and I just leave it there and say The Taken King and Destiny is just, it's still as garbage as it ever was, and anyone who tries to tell you otherwise, that The Taken King turned it around, has no idea what they're talking about and has never played Borderlands. That's all I can say. So let me know in the comment section below what you think of Destiny, The Taken King, or just Destiny in general. I know, as I mentioned before, I never planned to play it again, but simply because my friends were still playing it and I got this copy for free, only reason I bothered with it. So let me know what you think about it, how you think it's going to last, what you think that the state of Destiny is. There's record low numbers of people playing on reports from everywhere around, since Bungie don't release official stats on it. So yeah, let me know what you think, anything to do with it as well. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter, details in the description below. Thank you for watching. See you on the rest of the videos in my channel.